Hi there, and welcome to week 4 of EDT 315. I'm going to walk you through module 2, which you'll have 2 full weeks to work on. We'll go over the due dates and such as we work through the module. I trust you're all doing well. I've really enjoyed interacting with you through the discussions and also as you submitted your assignments. So module 2 is really about resources. There we're very fortunate to teach when we do with the availability of resources, not only for subject matter or genre, but also just the breadth of digital resources that are available as well. So really the focus of this module is about identifying what those resources are, locating how to find them, and then ultimately how you would want to use them. We're also going to talk about award winners. It's trust. There's first of all, there's some great books that weren't award winners. It doesn't make them any less, but I do think that focusing on the award winners is going to be super helpful as you try to make the best choices that you can to meet whatever your goals are through your reading instruction or adding things to your library. So that's really the focus of this module, is identifying, locating those resources. So the first thing I want to walk you through here is, as you can see, there's a good number of activities. You have 6 activities to complete in addition to visiting some of the resources that I'm going to make available to you. But there'll be 6 that are due, so certainly I would start on those sooner than later, because one of them, specifically the bibliography assignment, which I kind of gave you a preview of in my last announcement, that's going to require you to get your hands on or eyes on some books that you'll be using for that. So let's go ahead and walk through the module. So no chapter reading this week. So for those of you that are working in older editions of the textbook, no sweat. What you're going to look for is the appendix. What I'm going to have you do is really look through the appendix, look at the headings, what are the different children books, book awards, and then look at some of those titles. I think it's going to be very helpful for you as you try to start putting together your bibliography. That's a great starting point, without a doubt. So your assignment as far as the reading is you're going to read the appendix of the course textbook. Put about 8 or 10, 11, 12 resources on here. And I really want you to spend some time on each of these. Mainly, I want you to look at them and your takeaway should be, what's the value of it? How could I use a resource like this, not only now in your pre-service education, but also when you are in a classroom of your own. So please visit the websites. You don't need to do an exhaustive look through them, but enough of a look that you can really get a sense for what the purpose is and what's the value of it. I definitely want to put your attention on the Public Library of Cincinnati, Hamilton County, and then the Lane libraries. Those are going to be great resources for you as you try to get your hands on some of these books that you're going to use in this and other courses. Okay, here's a couple of other resources that are available that really have strategies and approaches to how do you teach with the books. A read aloud or putting it in a student's hands is just the beginning, but how do you actually structure lessons around literature? So definitely take a look at those 3 websites under the Teaching with Literature. And then the awards, this is going to be a much more exhaustive list of the book and media awards, more so even than what the textbook is. So this source here, the ALSC Book and Media Awards, and then the appendix in the textbook are going to be really important as you try to make some choices for what books you're going to put in your bibliography. So that's the reading and resources. So the first actual submission, for some of you, most of you, it's probably going to be rather simple, but you're going to visit a library. And just trust us that there's definitely a method to this. What we really want you to have an understanding of is what resources are available to educators at public libraries. Okay, so you're going to visit the local library and talk to a librarian. You're going to visit and explore the library's website. Then what you're going to do is, I'll just preview it, but there's a questionnaire that I would like for you to complete. Now, there's not going to be enough room on here for you to, make a copy of it and type in your answers necessarily. So you can do, or sorry, if you were to print this out and write in your answers, I think you'll run out of room. So your best bet's going to be to download this and either, open it as a Word document or as a Google Doc, and then just add the text that would be the answers to it. Okay. So these are the questions that I would like for you to structure with the librarian. Again, the point is so that you can see, what a valuable resource public libraries are. So once you've compiled the questionnaire, save it as a file, and then you can submit it back to me either as a Google Doc or as a Word document or as a PDF, whatever you prefer. Okay, so that is the library visit. There's actually I believe, two discussions in this module. The first one is about children's literature online resources. Now, on the text and readings page in the module, you saw that there was about a dozen or so resources that I've provided for you. But what I would like you to do for this is find some additional resources, and then you're going to share them with your classmates in the form of a discussion post. Okay, so you're going to need to search for and explore additional online resources that are for children's literature and teaching with children's literature. It can't be any of the ones that have already been shared with you through this module. So a total of 5 resources. So within that, you're going to type up just a brief summary of why you think it's a valuable tool, and then also the web address, so a hyperlink to the resource, because this is something that we're all going to have access to through the discussion. Okay, so you're going to find 5 additional online resources for teaching with children's literature. You're going to do a brief summary of each one and provide the URL or the website for each one in your discussion post. And as always, part of the discussion grade will be for giving a thoughtful and high quality reply to a classmate based on the information that they've been able to provide. And those can be further questions that you might have, suggestions, or just a positive affirmation of the value of what they've provided for you. Okay, so that's the children's literature discussion.